Thank you for sharing your New Year's Eve with us on Kababayan, LA. When I was growing up in the Philippines, I would listen to the radio, blast the radio, listen to music, because no celebration is complete, of course, without music. And that is what we're talking about today on the show, particularly hip-hop music, because as I have observed throughout 2012, when we interview aspiring Kababayan artists, they want to get into the industry. And we have two of our Kababayans representing for us in this hip-hop industry. Very, very influential. Of course, DJ Eman, you met him earlier on the show, and right about now is DJ Icy. Ice, hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, Janelle.
Ice, you've been here many times,
yes.
And thank you so much. I know you guys are very busy, but you made time to come.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for having us again.
Thank you, thank you. Ice, let's start with you, because I was talking to Eman earlier. We got to know about, how he got started. What about you? How was your start in this industry?
Much like Eman, it was pretty much a hobby, and our hobby just took us, from local parties, small weddings, and local parties into nightclubs, and eventually on radio. So
when you start something as a hobby, you don't think you're doing it for fun. You don't think that you're going to actually earn a living from it. Was that the same with you?
Yeah, I mean, it was our passion.
Right.
Like, we were just doing it for fun, and then we started just doing house parties, and we're doing it for free and for fun. And next thing you know, we want to hire you to do a party or a wedding or a dance, and it evolved into a business, which then evolved into a career.
And the funny thing is, our parents would wonder, why are we spending so much money on music?
Exactly.
Why are we buying so many records?
Exactly.
Why are you buying so many
expensive.
CDs?
I'm sure it didn't sit well with them,
No.
especially Filipino parents.
No.
They didn't want you to become DJ. What did they want you to be?
Well, I mean, my parents were very supportive. They did want us to finish school. You got to finish high school, obviously, which we did. Got to finish college as well. But they were definitely supportive of us in regards to the music and DJing.
Yes.
At what point did you realize that you can actually concentrate on this and make this your full-time job, not just a hobby?
I think likewise with Eman, my parents were very supportive, and I think at the point when I was doing a lot of nightclubs, I was actually hosting the nightclubs and throwing the productions itself. I could see that it was very lucrative, and from there I just took the whole business side of DJing, and I went from doing nightclubs to selling, retailing, and distributing music, and then eventually just helping artists and playing worldwide.
I hear that a lot, though. When you have a passion, just pursue it. So
yes.
Passion,
yes.
Perseverance, those are the two key things that I hear a lot with people, not just DJ artists or not just hip-hop artists, even actors, even, several different kinds of careers. But is there anything else that you need to have in order to get into the industry, this particular industry?
I would say patience as well as another P. And what I mean by patience is, like, you got to keep staying focused, because you're going to run into a lot of people that might give you, negative feedback or positive feedback here and there, and it might bring you down. But at the end of the day, it's the person or the individual or the artist who could take themselves to that next level. They got to continue to stay focused, because when that person or that artist least expects it, people will see them, and they could become that next big artist.
What about the people around you? Should you surround? Is it also an industry of who you know?
Well, yes.
Does it help? It helps.
It does help. Like your relationships. This business is really built on your relationships.
Yep.
If you have good relationships with people, and if you're good with dealing with people, then you'll make it far in this business. If you're a jerk and you don't do well with people relations, then you're not going to go very far in this business.
But hip-hop artists, they give off this vibe of, like, they have a swagger to them, right?
Sure.
Does it translate into different personalities? Some of them jerks.
No, for the most part, a lot of the
is it acting?
A lot of the hip hop artists, no, they're pretty much really cool, especially the newer generation of artists, because a lot of them are hustling, and they're very humble as well. So I've met a lot of individuals who've been very nice and very cool and very appreciative. And yeah, you'll meet one or two here and there. Like, they'll have one song that starts blowing up, and then their ego, like, blows up as well.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's affecting them.
Right.
They end up becoming one-hit wonders or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's also part of their character.
Yeah.
You know, that's their persona. That's what they want the public to know them as. That's their brand, and that's what they portray. But when they're in front of you know, individuals like us and we're one-to-one,
Right.
they're the coolest people in the world.
Yeah.
When they want to make it into the hip hop industry, is this the place to be? Is LA the place to be, or would you say, oh, maybe try New York or other countries, Korea?
No, I mean, you could be anywhere. It's just if you create that buzz and that hype around you, because like here in the U.S., like, yeah, you know, here in LA, we'll see a lot of them and hear a lot of them. But I mean, in this world of the internet, I mean, with YouTubes and Twitter and all that, you could see it anywhere. Look, I mean, we talked about this earlier. Psy is a great example of an artist, you know, from Korea who's, I mean, he's a rap artist. He considers himself a rap artist. He's had 6 albums out in Korea, in South Korea. Drops a song that ends up blowing up here because of his video on YouTube.
Right.
Because the views were like ridiculous, so people caught wind on it, and the next, you know, radio out here took off with it.
Right.
And people don't even understand the lyrics. The mass audience here in the U.S. doesn't understand the lyrics.
Right.
They only understand the Whoop 'em Gangnam Style and the Hey Sexy Lady parts.
Yeah.
But that record has become so big that even kids and people are rapping his verses in Korean and they don't know what it means.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great example of music as a universal language. So to your point, it doesn't matter
Anywhere you
where
are.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. You know, we're talking about rapping, and my associate producer is also rapping in my ear. We need to wrap. No more time for this segment, but we'll return because then we introduce you to an aspiring Kababayan artist. Maybe you can critique, give him suggestions on how he can improve his craft, and that's when we return on the show. Don't go away.